Hi everybody, today's topic is lions and tigers and tax forfeitures. Oh my! We are targeting small businesses today who are managing their first LLC. I'm Cindy Benavides with Benavides Law Firm in Weslaco, Texas, your border lawyers. Let's get started. So you formed your first LLC and you're feeling pretty proud of yourself. Things are going nicely, and then all of a sudden you get a notice from your Texas comptroller saying that your existence has been forfeited due to failure to pay franchise taxes. Oh my! Tax forfeitures are actually quite common, so don't panic. However, you do need to take some swift action. So one of the beauties about a Texas LLC is there's very little maintenance with it post-formation. The only annual maintenance that is required for a standard LLC, not an S-Corp, an S-Corp does have additional requirements, but for a standard LLC, what is required is the filing of a Texas franchise tax return with our Texas comptroller. The Texas comptroller is essentially the IRS for the state of Texas. Failure to file this Texas franchise tax return could result in a tax forfeiture, which could mean that you lose your entity status with Texas Secretary of State. So what is a franchise tax and who has to pay? While the state of Texas does not have any state income tax for individuals, it does have a tax for Texas entities like LLCs. This is called a franchise tax. Most entities do not have to pay any taxes at the end of the year as long as they file a no tax due report and show that they made annualized revenue of less than $1,180,000 in the years 2020 to 2021, or $1,230,000 for reports due in 2022 to 2023. This is known as the threshold income amount. There are other filing exceptions. All of the exceptions and updates on the annual threshold income numbers can be found on the Texas Comptroller's website on the link provided. So what do you have to do? If you're a Texas LLC or other entity required to file franchise taxes, then you need to file a no tax due report and a public information report with the Texas Comptroller annually, unless you fall under the exception. Links to these forms on the Texas Comptroller's website will be linked in the description. You will need your web ID number, which was mailed to you when you first formed your entity. If you've lost it or can't find it and misplaced it, then there is a 1-800 number that you can call, which I will list below in the description. Here's some quick tips for filing. All of these reports are due on or before March 15th of each year. So calendar it now before you forget. Or if you're like me and you have too much on your plate, many entities, then I would strongly suggest that you task this to your accountant, and they can ensure that your franchise taxes for all of your entities are timely filed. If you've just filed your LLC or you're thinking about filing your LLC, then make sure you remember that terminology web ID and be on the lookout from any mail from the Texas Comptroller which gives you that web ID. It's highly important that you keep it, and if you're going to work with an accountant, that they have your web ID so that they can online and e-file for you. In my experience, most accountants will charge anywhere from $75 to $100 to web file your franchise taxes for you, which is a drop in the hat compared to the penalties you'll have to pay to reinstate if you don't do it on time. So what's the effect if you're watching this video 2 minutes too late and you've already been forfeited because of failure to file franchise taxes? The effect is that your entity is no longer in existence, possibly with Texas Secretary of State, so you'll need to be reinstated. It's actually a Texas two-step process. The first step is get back in line with Texas comptrollers and file those franchise taxes and no tax due reports. Once you get up to speed with Texas comptroller and file that franchise tax, they're going to give you a notice, which essentially says you're in good standing now with the Texas comptroller. Once you're in good standing with the Texas comptroller, you come and see an attorney like myself, and we can help you get reinstated with Texas Secretary of State. So what are the fees like for reinstatement with my office? The fees for reinstatement in my office are actually quite economical, and they range between $175 to $275 for the reinstatement. Now, of course, this is after you've already dotted all your I's and crossed all your T's with Texas Comptroller yourself or with the help of your accountant. If you come to see my paralegal directly, then the fees are actually lower on the end of $175. If you bring me into the fold because you have additional questions and need attorney consult, then you're looking at ranges about $275 per reinstatement. If this video was helpful, then please give us a thumbs up and like and subscribe Benavides Law Firm. Don't forget to call for any and all of your small business needs, 956-854-4363.